I'm back. It's been a bit of a while. It always is. I always start off saying that, don't I? It's been a bit of a while. Well, today has been glorious sunshine, and I've been out just because you have to when it's nice weather. I certainly do. I don't like being cooped up indoors, and I've been off to the most splendid Tunbridge Wells. Went on the bus. How lovely. No parking, no time constraints, no hassle and worries. So I've had a lovely day out, and I have got some bits to show. Obviously, most of you might catch up later because it's still your working day. But I've got my cup of tea and I'm settling in. Got some interesting things. Some jewellery, some clothes, and just a couple of odd things, really. It's how I roll. I do like to find interesting things to share with you. I'm talking to myself at the moment, clearly, because no one's in. Never mind. Right, I will begin. I'm wearing my lovely necklace from Lex. I bought this from Lex's Whatnot show. If you don't follow Bad Biscuit, you should. I do buy a couple of things off for resale, but some things just never quite get that far. And I love abalone and I love silver, so that's coming on holiday with me in a bit. Right, okay. Oh, that's it. You sit down, you start yawning. I hope everybody's well. Yeah, Tunbridge Wells. My usual places that I go to have been less than productive, I would say. I found that I've gone a long way and not bought much, and it's like time, money, petrol, energy, effort. And I tend to be a bit sniffy about Tunbridge Wells because it's expensive. Some of the charity shop prices are truly eye-watering. So I kind of thought, yeah, but I need to go and give it a look because there's a lot of shops. Some are very expensive, but there are things that they miss. And as charity shops get clever and clever with identifying stuff, we've got to be one step ahead, haven't we? First thing I bought, I wasn't entirely sure whether I might end up wearing this on holiday or whether I'll sell it. It's unlabelled, but it's got this gold, you know how you can feel it, the kind of block print, Indian block print. And it's not as pink as it looks because I'm not a pink girl. It's actually more of a oxblood red, I would say. Yeah, that's true to colour. By bringing it closer, it gets very pink. And it's a cotton kind of tea dress sort of thing. And I thought if I could bear it, then I would wear it. But we'll see. I quite often buy things, try them on and go, it's just not me. That was £3. Obviously, if I sell it, I'm planning on getting at least 20 for it, possibly more. I've got sparkly nails today. Yay, I made an effort. Put black on, and then I bought this wonderful stuff. We all know about Berrien, don't we? Good British brand of cheapy, or not so cheapy now, stuff. But this is like a holographic glitter that you put over the top. So I'm very happy to see that. Now, the next thing I got was, these were in two separate places. And I saw the dress first and thought, oh, that's interesting, vintage. I shouldn't keep buying vintage, but I love it so much. And I want somebody to use it in a film or for a prop or just because they want to be very stylish. Yeah, the label needs a bit of a clean. Basically, each of these pieces was £5 each. This was the dress. I'm going to show you really horribly. It's a kind of a teal blue. And this is quite a heavy material, so it's not really a summer wear. But it's I would say a midi dress probably for most people. Possibly even a midi dress on me. So maybe it's a maxi for most people. But it's kind of woven. It's amazing. Hello, the one person who's in. Nice to see you. So it's... At first I thought when I saw these sort of little colour flecks in it, oh God, someone's throwing their dinner down it, but they haven't. It's just the wool. So this has been made. It is a company. It's not a homemade one. Ronex Couture. Mayfair, Rona, Ronex are possibly couture. I thought, oh, well, you know. So that was the dress, and it has a nice big long zip at the back. And I wasn't entirely going to get that on its own, but when I saw the matching jacket, I thought, that's cool. So there's this amazing jacket that goes with it. Really, really cool. I have spotted a little flaw in the back, actually, which in the dimly lit charity shop I couldn't see. It has a slight bit of moth attention at the back. But someone can fix that because it's cool enough to warrant it. And the label's a lot cleaner on this one. I will clean the label up on the other one. I'm guessing the dress got worn closer to the skin than the jacket. A couple of tiny pulled threads that I can do something about. But what fascinated me was it has these incredible buttons. They're sort of carved and textured acrylic, I would say, some sort of plastic. But I thought, what fun, the amount of effort that went into that. These pockets, I think, are false pockets. They don't actually go anywhere. They're just there for appearances. Oh, 3 people are in. Hello. So that was my kind of vintage purchase, and it does smell a bit vintagey, cupboardy. Smells a bit cupboardy, as the great Carly Jenkins would say, but it's kind of cool, and I think that'll photograph up nicely, and you know, could end up on a TV series somewhere near you. And the other bits I got from the shop of jewellery, so I'll do the jewellery at the end. That's all right. So you get a posh glass of carrier bag in Tunbridge Wells. It's not as posh as people think it is, if I'm completely honest. Everybody thinks it's terribly posh, but bits of it are very posh. Yeah, it's very pretty in parts and not so pretty in others. And the reason I enjoy going on the bus is because it's known for its traffic problems. Actually, incidentally, I picked this ring up the other day. And I knew it was missing a stone, but I couldn't bear to leave it behind. I can't remember if I've actually shown anyone. But that one in the middle there, somebody obviously tried to glue something in. But I do have a feeling that these are quite possibly turquoise rather than glass. And it's a nice, well, so it's a nice thick chunky ring. I've got nice thick chunky fingers, clearly. But I really rather like that. And I don't think it was signed. I think it just had a 925 in it. Yeah, it just had a 95. But I rather like this sort of work on the side there. It just reminded me of something perhaps Southwestern or Native American inspired. We don't get a huge amount of that sort of thing over here in England, for which I'm quite envious. Right, into another bag. I try not to buy too many clothes these days, but this was £2. It was a £2 rail. Oh, yes. They thought this was retro, and yes, it probably is. It's really a raincoat. It's incredibly clean condition. Made in Britain. That's what we like to see, you know it's proper old schooly when you see made in Britain. I wonder if I have got comments or not. Show comments, let's show comments. Oh, sorry about that. I wasn't sure if anyone had commented and I just hadn't seen. I did look this up. Dryway weather coat, made in England. Because we do rain here quite well. And it really looked an incredibly good neck. And it's not a terribly long length one. It's long enough to possibly cover the behind. But that's about it. Storm thing underneath. It's vintage. And it's cool. So there'll be a few quid in that, I'm sure. But, when things are £2, I kind of find it rather hard to resist. What else did I get? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Because this shop, strangely enough, really didn't have jewellery, which is odd for a charity shop. Now, I picked this up. Again, it was only £2. And there are some things like certain men's clothing I don't know much about. I mean, I really don't know very much about them. So, but this had the name Oakley on it. Now, I know Oakley are very, very well known for very expensive glasses, sunglasses and the like. ski stuff. But this I thought was quite cool. I don't think it's actually retro or not. It's in grey. It's got big black stripe down the sleeve. It's got these rather attractive little military stars. It's got the over on the back. And it's kind of fleece lined, so I figured even if it's not particularly vintage or retro, someone will enjoy it. And it's a size large. I think it's possibly more modern. Excuse the squealing, someone's children are home from school. Yeah, but for a couple of quid, I thought even if I get 20 out of it, I'll be happy. 10 times and all. That's what we aim for. Let me try and put all the jewellery together because that's what I want to show you. Because they're the bits I like finding the best. I like clothes. It's still bread and butter for me, but receipts. You can see how organised I am. That's jewellery as well. Here we go. That's the problem. You buy a couple of things from a number of charity shops, you end up with. I'm going to drop that. You end up with a lot of receipts. I had something in here that's glass. That's why I'm being very careful. Yes, because it's in there. And it's in there. And it's there. But that is everything. Marks and Spencer's bag. Right, I paid £4 for these. They are diesel and they are the Thomer, Thomer, the Thomer jeans. They were £4 and I inspected them quite carefully because I was convinced there was something wrong because they were off the hanger and someone had put them back. Now I'm assuming someone had tried them on and they didn't fit them. But they go reasonably well on the bay. Yeah, they're authentic. That's the main thing. I know what to look for. So very pleased to see those because that's good bread and butter stuff. Again, they go for varying amounts, but I'm not always chasing the lowest price. Then, this was interesting. So I only paid £2 for it, and this is the Magic Circle, as in magicians, not entertainment magicians, as opposed to the other kind of magic. But I couldn't resist. For 2 whole English pounds, it's kind of retro, it's kind of cool, and I have seen them sold on eBay for a reasonable amount because I guess they're possibly quite rare. I don't know. I'd never seen one before. Yeah, quite nice. But there we go. There you go. It's basically got all the why they've adopted all the symbols of astrology. I don't know because they don't do astrology, do they? No idea what that's about. But I'm going to put that somewhere safe because I shouldn't be doing glassware, but I couldn't resist that little thing. Another little thing I bought. This is possibly for me to wear. Now, it's a bit brightly coloured, but, if you're going to do colour, you might as well do all of them all at once. So I did pay for this in Oxfam. It's Talbot's, which is the American brand, but it's kind of a caftan thing. It's a beach cover-up. It may not be me. I'll give it a try. But I need to be decent. When in a costume, better to be covered. So I kind of got that because I thought I might wear it. And if not, it will still sell. Which is kind of how I started doing eBay really in the beginning. Now, I picked this up because A, it was fabulous, and B, it's a brand I know and love. Got to take the thing off because you can't see clearly. I think it might be fairly new. And this is a nice brand that's worth keeping an eye out for. Always check scarves and belts and things. I'm sure you all know that anyway. It's amazing what gets missed. 100 stars. And I have sold a number of various designs of these. They do lovely maps of Paris and Italy and things like this. But this one is very, well, what can I say? It's kind of like Baroque in its flavour, I think. There we go. We have a lady Actually, it's very nearly indecent. The dress has very nearly come off. There we go, and there they are again. I was trying to work out what it says. Atlas Historique Tome number 4. Oh, okay, so it's meant to be about the world or what Atlas is. But these are nice scarves. They always feel so good. What does that say? Septentro. No idea what that's about. But it's all really rather lovely. And, could make a very nice pashmina type arrangement on a hot summer's day. So, again, I may catch and release with that one. I might keep it for a while. Probably settle it on. I'm always doing that with scarves. I wear them for a bit and go, yeah, I'm bored now. Right, okay, so the jewellery bit. I'm trying to work out what I spent. Because I also it's probably fair to do that, but let's see. £6.50, that's £15.50. £19.50. Oh, I've already got that one. £18.50. £6. Sometimes they give you 2 receipts, don't they? Like that. So I've probably actually spent about £30 today in total, I reckon. It's going to be somewhere around that. I can't really sit and go through it in great detail. But there we go. Into the receipts. That's how I keep my receipts, month on month. Makes doing the tax at the end so much easier. Everything's just there, ready to roll. Okay, jewellery. Tom. Hello. It's very odd when you really think you're talking to yourself. But yeah. Hope you're all right, Tom. You've done well because you missed the clothes bit and I'm just doing the jewellery bit. Like I said, I picked up odd bits. I'm assuming these are glass rather than anything else. But it's very vintage. They have nice little stations between them. They're not falling apart. They're knotted in some places and not in others. Nice little vintage clasp. I haven't really looked at any of this closely, so it'd probably help if I have a look. Just to have a look. I hope everyone's having a good Friday, though. I mean, Friday is such an excellent day. I've had an absolute stinker of a cold, it's fair to say. Well, I went over to Tunbridge Wells, Tom. I don't normally do Tunbridge Wells because it's bloody expensive. It's not Royal Tunbridge Wells for no reason. The prices are astronomical. But certain things they miss, certain places they get overloaded with stuff and they have sales. And that's what I have to rely on. But yeah, I did find some unexpected bits of jewellery. I always like that. You go for a rummage and see what you can find. So that's a nice vintage glass necklace is the word I'm looking for. Necklace. Oh, this actually was something I found the other day, and I'm telling you things to keep an eye out for. This little birdie is kind of it's metal that's sort of being cold enamel painted, something like that. And textured as well. You can see it's been layered up. And it has this lady on the back, which of course is going to glare out. Now her name is Melanie Tomlinson. And these actually do reasonably well if you find them, for a quid or two. So I was quite pleased to find that birdie. I think that's worth about 20 quid. So I was quite chuffed with that. Anyway, just thought you might find that interesting. Jewellery. Yes. Lots of little bits. Now, I haven't really looked at anything properly. Now, I did pay £3 for this, and I wouldn't necessarily normally, but it's one of these sort of old Czech I say it's probably Czech, Bohemian, this kind of glass. I love these sort of things. This has a nice texture and height to it. It isn't missing any stones, which is remarkable because usually they aren't they? Needs a little bit of a clean up because the back's a bit sort of. But I like the shape of that. Triangular ones, you get a lot of round ones. But I thought that was a little bit more unusual. So with a bit of a gentle clean up, that should be fine. Try not to lose my receipts. Because I've popped all the ones from the shops in it, so what I got from where I can't tell you. And they've tangled. They've tangled up with each other. Really badly. Hang on. How did you get in there? Like, ouch. It's always a little bit of a pump when you're trying to buy things, because I'm not someone who's going to pull a loop out in the middle of a charity shop. I know you probably can in big stores and stuff, but in here it's just not really. Oh, I don't know. It's a bit too obvious that you're a dealer, and I think they kind of hope that you're not. Now, I picked these up for, I think I paid £1 for these 3. Now, I thought they looked quite nice quality. They've got no seams or anything. Yeah, they just look like ordinary bangles, but the inside, I'm pretty convinced from all the oxidization, could be silver. If they're not in their silver plate, they'll still be lovely because they're a little set, but I guess I'm going to have to go over these. It's just the way they've tarnished. And the fact there's no seams, no rough bits. I'm going to give those a proper polish up and have a look. I always hope to find the Michaela Frey enamelled bangles because they're wonderful. Those aren't, because they've got no one's name on them. Right, what else have we got? This is one I need to repair. Like I say, sometimes you get a bit cat crazy, don't you, and end up buying things because it's got the little hook, but it hasn't got the bit at the end. It's carnelian. Nice little gemstone chips. I mean, you know, it's no great shake, so it'll probably end up in a gemstone lot. But I do have some spare clasps that I can fix that with. I love carnelian. I think it's a great colour. And I really like it. I like wearing it, but yeah, that's more of a chips than anything. But that was £2, so yeah. Worth it. Right, I think there's bags of things in here. Oh, hang on. Right, this is the one that keeps getting tangled up, so let's get that out first. I wouldn't say it's a lot. I rarely find this has got a knot in it. Right, okay, I saw this hanging there. Now that pendant that's been put on there is pretty naff, and it's definitely not silver. I will double check, but I know it's not. However, the chain is. And seeing as it was £2, I thought, well, I'll pick the chain up because it's got the nice little razor blade. It's also got a couple of knots in it, which I'll have to get out with needles. I usually find using needles. Okay, it's not an Italy one. It says STE. It says STE. Who knew? Who knew who made jewellery? 925, and it has a kind of a little 4-leafy clover type mark and an A. So I will look up who that is, because clearly that's somebody who wants to be recognised. So it's a very nice chain, and I have plenty of pendants that can go on this very nice chain, and I will lose the bit of tat on the end, because that often happens where someone, you know, puts something decorative, but because they like to wear a decent chain. So I do try to be more careful when I'm looking, more careful. So that's a silver chain. Now I picked up this. Now I don't know if it is silver or not. It feels like it should be. And I think what's happened is I think they put a different clasp. This doesn't feel right. So I'm going to find out if it is. Is it silver? Let's find out. Half the reason I thought they put a different clasp on is because I can see that one of these rings is soldered. So that says silver to me, if you bother to solder something. Well, I don't think that is. I just think it's a good silver plate, which is fine because I like the design. If I'm going to take a punt and a gamble, I need to like the design so that I can forgive it. Very nearly run out of this one. I've got the next one ready, but it's Just one of those things. Where's my tissue? It's gone. I'd say that's probably a silver blade, but it looks like a good silver blade. So if that's polished up nicely, it's still a very nice chunky link design. You know, still sell. And yeah, that probably cost me £1.50. I know it was 50p actually, I think that one. So, you know, it's worth a punt. Part of it is the gamble, like getting it home and seeing what I've got. Right, where are we? Things in little baggies. There's very few charity shops that actually do that around here. But I picked these up because I like the design, and I thought there's a possibility that the hooks could be silver because they look it. Oh wow, okay. These are acorns, but they've got stone. Now, yes, I should remember the name of that stone, the pink and the green one, where the acorn would be. And they've got these lovely hooks that look like they're artisan made and are quite likely to be silver, in spite of not being hallmarked. But I just thought how fun. And actually, in the pagan world, acorns are they're considered good luck for fertility and things like that. Yeah, I would say those are silver. Let's just have a quick. Seeing as we're here. Yeah, part of the fun is finding out if something is. Is it silver? Is it not? There were so many wannabe things out there today. There was wannabe branded handbags, and there was wannabe. You know, everything was trying to be something it wasn't. There's an awful lot of fakey. Yeah, I would say that's definitely silver. So they're rather nice, and they're just so unusual. And the silver earrings have actually got something very unusual. Oh, quite hard to move, just because everybody's got them. Plan to go to any car boots, and I really want to get to a car boot very soon. All of ours are on grass. We have no hard standing ones. Ours usually start up around Easter, but of course the ground's very soggy. So unless that situation improves significantly and we just really don't get much in the way of rain for about the next 3 weeks, yeah, but I see all these videos of people going to, you know, in America where they obviously have garage sales pretty much year round in certain climates. Yeah, I get very jealous. Green-eyed with envy. Oh, that was promising. Okay, so a little pair of earrings. So hopefully I will get some. Again, these were unusual. They are, I think, oh, are they? Oh, God, they're plastic. This is your eyes when you're in a charity shop. I thought they were like a soda, but they aren't. They're actually, no, they're glass. They are glass that has been painted. It's very difficult to show. And then sort of glass that's been painted with some gold. Again, they were unusual. And I think, I'm hoping, it's awfully difficult to tell if that's silver or not, because there's a lot of stuff on there that shouldn't be there. It's got the little hearts all on it. Isn't that handle where it has the little hearts? And these will need a very, very thorough cleaning because they're disgusting. It's the only problem with earwear. They are beyond unpleasant. So we'll pop those to one side and I will give them a very thorough clean. So how's your listing stuff and getting stuff gone from your unit going? Because I know you wanted to get out to lose a unit, didn't you? For storage, John, you wanted to be free because they're getting very expensive. I have this. Oh, that's no way to show you. I can do the top down. I've actually got a rig up where I can do a proper jewellery thing top down. if you know what I mean, looking down from above rather. And I will probably do that to show some of my nicer pieces. I thought this was beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Like I say, I only paid £2 for it. But, you know, quite textural, quite nice. Just a nice line to it. A little bit of elegance. Again, I haven't inspected it closely. Oh, is that a different Tom? Ah, Tom Pick. Ah, okay, yes. I'm thinking of Tom the English Picker because I didn't know what his logo looked like. I apologise, Tom. You're a different Tom. In which case, you haven't got quite the same problem that he had. A lot of stuff and nowhere for it to go. Let's have a little look at this. Does look quite well made. I shouldn't sound surprised, but you know, I just pick things up on a whim and then it's getting them home and having a proper look, really. It's had a gold kind of plated or painted on. There's absolutely no marks that I can see. Nothing that I can see. What you look into it? Possibly could be silver. No, surely not. Sometimes your eyes deceive you. You just think, I can't work out what's going on here. Well, that doesn't make a silver sound, does it? It probably isn't anything, but it was so pretty. I just had to. And again, I hadn't seen one like it before. I think when you've been collecting jewellery for a while, you start to think, I've seen all that before. I want something different. That's a nice little bit, a nice little money bag. This was an unsuspecting shop that clearly did not know how to check whether something is silver or not. I picked up a St. Justin brooch. I know they're everywhere, but it's cute and I love Celtic stuff, so for £2. I've got a bit of a tangulation here, so let me just untangle. Oh dear Lord. Right, I think these were all £2 each. Okay. Oh no, that was £1. This is £1, but it is silver. It's a nice little box chain. And it's got something on the razor blade, so let's have a look. Oh, gosh. A summer house. And a bedroom. Yeah, you see, my office is what should be a bedroom, and it's not. But I've got 2 garages that I store stuff in. Because we had real tack creep issues, and I thought it wasn't terribly fair on my husband, who also works from home, or my son, to have to deal with that. So I rented a couple of garages. Yes, that just says 925 on it, but it's got a vintage clasp. So I have pendants, as I've said before, that need a silver channel. So I'm more than happy, and that's a really nicely made one. And then there was this one. Nice, thick, solid, heavy silver for £1. I'm going back to this shop, I tell you. This is quite old. It does say 925 on the little, it's kind of squared off razor blade. But yeah, that's quite a decent chunk of silver actually for £1. I love it when that happens. I really do. Oops. Ooh, it's a bit chilly in here. To keep your neck warm. Okay, so from the same shop, this was £2, which I didn't mind paying, but it does like to get tangled up in itself. I think this was the first thing I spotted. I'm like, oh, hello. You look rather nice. Oh, man. And because it's got spiky edges on the pendant, it all decided to tangle up on itself. There might be a knot in there that I might need to do something about as well. No, maybe not then. Okay. So It's a classic little chain. Very nicely made chain, actually. Feels lovely. With this rather cute pendant on the end. That blue is amazing. So, like I say, I haven't even looked at this. I could just see from the quality it's definitely something. Oh, hang on. You know how you get tired eyes when you have a cold and you just can't see much? I really am in that mode at the moment. CSF, that has got a full set of hallmarks. Oh, hang on. Whoa. 750. Ha! I've got white gold, I think. I'll have to do proper tests on that. 18 carat. It says 18 carat. Do I believe it? Oh, hang on. It says it on the clasp as well. 750 on the clasp. And there's another little mark. So this is looking more promising because to be marked in many places. Yeah, the quality of that you can see. I thought it felt nice. Let's have a look at the pendant. Because the pendant is kind of cute as well. And that stone is something else. Does the pendant match, or has someone just added it on? Pretty darn hard to tell. That's 18 carat as well. Oh, wow. The universe has been very kind to me today, Tom. It's been 18 carat gold. For £2. Well, I was me thinking it was silver and was quite happy for it to be silver. The very last thing I found, which the pin has come undone on, so I'm going to spike myself. For £1, it's got, it's obviously heat treated amber because it's all the different colours. Yeah, wow, you've just witnessed something quite amazing there. That does not happen to me very often. It truly doesn't. This is nicely made as well. I'm assuming it's possibly silver. It's got some tarnishing, so it could very well be. It was the amber that attracted me. I have to look over it all now with my eyes. Can I see anything much? Not really. I don't know if it's got squashed at the end or whether it was meant to be like that. It's that bit. See, I'm not entirely sure if that bit is meant to be squashed or not. But it has a nice feel. So there's a good possibility that is silver. I shall look at the pin, see if it says anything. Oh, preferably that poking the eyes out. Yeah, I'm not seeing any marks, but just the way it's made. And if it isn't, it's silver plate, it's still a pretty thing. I will obviously test that. That's got a silver scratch. So you get to know just by the softness of it and the colour. So that's definitely looking like silver. So, well, yes, that's all in my haul. With the very precious and possibly a bit of a keeper for a while. I don't know if it is my style, but I'm gonna have to make it my style for a bit. Not sure if I trust myself with 18 carat gold. That's a bit of a bonus. I wonder what the stones are. I've just noticed that apart from the blue stone, there's 4 tiny little white stones there, and I do have a Brazilian, but it takes a little while to heat up, and I really wasn't anticipating needing it today. So there's every possibility that those could be 4 little diamonds, and possibly a topaz or aquamarine or something lovely. I don't know. So there we go. There's my wee haul. Some unexpected bonuses. What can I say? Anyway, thank you for joining me, Tom. And if anyone else is here, you other people out there, thank you very much for being here. And I will see you next time for another one, I expect. I'll try and be a bit more consistent because I'm not. That's just me. Not consistent at all. Very random. So have a fantastic weekend. And I will see you all soon. Bye-bye now. Bye. Oh, yeah, yes, I have to end it twice.